and welcome to Scoops, the ice cream review podcast where we try all the cone creations, signature slushes, and frozen foods on the East Coast to give you the ultimate scoop. My name is Holly Hagman, and with me is my co-host, husband, and ice cream connoisseur, Paul Percibali. Paul, what do you call it when you get the ladies together to grab boba tea?
A Bobin good time?
What? How is that a pun?
I don't know. What is it?
We call it Pearl's Night Out.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. In our last episode, we reviewed Sunday Afternoon, which we placed at the A tier level. And for this episode, we are reviewing an ice cream and bubble tea shop with whimsical creations, Surreal Creamery.
And wish us luck on not having so many technical issues this time around.
Oh my god, please. From your lips to the technological god's ears.
Yes. Anywho. Yeah. I guess as always, we will start off with a background about the restaurant/shop. Alright, and this is some information from Yelp. I personally have never heard of this place before Holly brought it to me, but, it was... Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. From Yelp. Indulge in a symphony of flavors at our unique dessert haven, where art meets taste. Savor artisanal soft serve ice cream served in mason jars, authentic bubble tea, and a variety of hot drinks, including expertly crafted lattes and hot chocolate. Our cozy retreat is adorned with stunning local artwork, providing a vibrant background to your culinary journey. Perfect for your sweet tooth enthusiasts and art lovers alike. We offer a delightful experience that tantalizes your senses. Visit us for an unforgettable blend of delectable treats and captivating art in a welcoming, creative atmosphere.
Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't know that this Yelp description is about the one we went to.
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't see any art.
Because there was no art. I mean, there was the really cool logo on the wall.
Yes.
For, photo op purposes.
And I think they had... Am I imagining things that they had some news articles and stuff like that?
Maybe. I don't recall.
Yeah, maybe I was just losing it after that drive over there.
Yeah, you had an adventure, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I just took luckily I took a cue from your end when it came to parking, and I just, Google Maps parking.
Yep.
And then they got me real good, didn't they? So the place that we parked, what was the area?
Westfield.
The area that we parked in Westfield to go to this place, they had this parking area, and it was easy enough to get in there, get your spot. But then when you went to the toll machine, there was this option that, you can pay for an hour. An hour was 50 cents, wasn't it? I think it was like that. An hour was 50 cents. And if you were going to pay anything less than $1, you had to pay in, money, actual cash. So I put in $1 bill. And I expected, them to spit out 2 coins. But no. If you want to put in less than, an amount less than $1, you could do that, but you're not going to get any change back.
Yeah, you gotta do exact change if you're going to do the amount less than $1. Otherwise, you have to you might as well just pay for the dollar
for the 2 hours.
Because literally, now to be fair, at least on the parking meter that I saw in the lot where I parked, it says, this machine does not give change.
I think it said that for mine too. I just didn't read it. I just assumed that it was going to spit out 50 cents.
Well, there we go. You know what they say about assuming.
It makes a monkey out of both of us?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
But yeah.
But that was annoying. I'm just saying, at default, in that kind of scenario, they should just be okay, you get 2 hours. It shouldn't be an option for you to choose 1 hour and with putting in your own money and not getting change back.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is an ice cream podcast, not a parking ethics podcast. Let's get back to work.
Parking ethics. Well, actually, we'll come back to the parking thing later because
you have a story
there's
too?
a story later, but anyway. So an article that I found was about specifically the Westfield location for Surreal Creamery, which is the one we went to, and it was called Surreal Creamery Makes for a Sweet Addition to Downtown Westfield. So in the article, it talks about, the start of this particular location for Surreal, and Manesh Patel, who is the owner of this specific Surreal Creamery, said that while it is his first foray into the business of cold treats, the franchise already has 5 stores in the region, making this the 6th Surreal Creamery. So this was the 6th one to open. In addition to the 2 New York City locations, franchises have bubbled up in New Brunswick, Pennsylvania, and Delaware.
Oh. Cool.
Yeah, and despite the shop opening in December, which is a cold time, not usually a time you think of ice cream, there was a steady stream of customers. It was pretty busy upon its opening. And this particular location opened in 2021.
So there's 2 in New York, 2 in New Jersey, 1 in Pennsylvania, and 1 in Delaware.
Well, not really, because there's more.
Oh, okay.
Coming. But at the time of that article, yes.
Okay. So in 2021.
Yes.
So there have been more since then.
Yes.
All right. And their history is a bit of a mystery. Did you try and make that rhyme on purpose?
It kind of came out.
Okay. But their oldest Instagram post is from 2019, and most signs indicate that their flagship store was in New York City.
Yeah, it seems
one
like,
of the 2.
Yeah, it seems like that was the first place they opened was New York, and then it kind of spread outward from there. But it's interesting, if you read this next fact, I have comments to add to it, so if you go ahead.
All right. There was information about a location in Dallas, Texas, but that is no longer on their corporate website. Upon further investigations, this location is permanently closed.
Yeah, and it doesn't say anything about why. It's very weird. When I was looking up the information to do the background of this restaurant, most corporate ice cream chains have like an About Us section on their website. Surreal does not have that.
Well, isn't Texas known for their absurd amounts of Dairy Queens?
Yes.
So maybe Texas just doesn't have good taste when it comes to ice cream.
Texas just, wasn't ready for Surreal Creamery, apparently.
Seems that way.
But, so, I couldn't find an About Us, but what kept popping up was the article about the new one in Westfield, which I figured would be important, because that's where we went. And then this article that was like a review of the Dallas, Texas location. And I was like, that's bizarre. Why is there only one in Texas? So the review was actually pretty good. Whatever blogger wrote it was, impressed by it and said they, had fun creations and unique flavors and people seemed to like it. But then I tried to look up where specifically in Texas
it was.
And I found it, but it had that thing, like when you Google an address and it's like, this place is permanently closed. And I was like, oh no.
Yes.
Yikes. So.
I just blame Texas.
I mean, that's one way to do it for sure.
Okay. So, back to the locations. Currently, they have locations in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and Delaware, with a total of 9 storefronts.
Yeah. So there's not a ton. It's not a massive chain.
But it's a bit of a chain.
But it's in multiple states and there's 9 locations.
If it's in multiple states, can we say that it's a chain?
I think so.
I think that's a good definition.
If it crosses state lines, it's definitely considered a chain.
Okay. So, moving on to the actual ice cream. Here's where stuff starts getting fancy.
Yeah, this is where the interesting conversation is going to be with Surreal, because their flavors and their ice cream is surreal.
Yes. So, starting off, we have Breaking Batter. And you're going to have to definitely explain most of this stuff because I was so overwhelmed by the menu. So, I think you understand it better than I do.
Okay.
I didn't even understand what I was ordering. So yeah, pay close attention if you want to go to Holly's like actual explanation because it's going to make your lives a lot easier. All right, starting with Breaking Batter, cake jars, layered cake. With
with cake. My bad.
Okay, that I was like, do they put the jars in the cake?
Oh no.
All right, so cake jar cakes, toppings, sauces, and ice cream.
Yes, so...
Yes, explain, please.
They have cake jars, these things that are called signature ice cream cake jars. They have, different specific ones for the store on their menu that are like their their signature recipes, right? They have
like Cold Stone had their pre-made...
Yes.
Choices.
Yes. They have one called I Dream of Taro that's like... cake layered with their taro soft serve and it has a little cookie thing stuck in it. They have, very strawberry, something called chocolate meltdown. But all of these things are like layered with pieces of cake, ice cream, and various sauces. And they come in a little jar and you get to keep the jar if you order one of these, which is kind of cool.
Right.
Similar to that, they have mason jar specials.
All right, so you're just taking over?
Yeah, I figured I would.
Yeah, go ahead.
They have mason jar specials, which is similar thing, but with no cake. It's just ice cream, but with up to 4 toppings served in a novelty mason jar. So again, they have some signature ones that you can pick from. They have chocolate blackout, something called Know Your Roots, which is, I think, funny because it's made with the taro ice cream, which is a root vegetable.
Right.
Matcha made in heaven, ha ha ha. Earl Grey every day, right? These are like what they're called, some of them. And it comes with, ice cream and 4 toppings. Or, as per usual, you can build your own. You can pick your ice cream base and 4 different toppings to add.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the mason jar thing. And the mason jar is cool because you get to, once again, keep the jar.
Yeah. Like we need more jars and cups in this house.
Well, we don't, but I'm just saying, if you're, not us specifically, somebody else wants to keep the jar.
Right.
They can. So, moving on after that, they have, because this place is a bubble tea shop / ice cream shop, they kind of do a really cool thing where they mix it. They have something called a flow tea, Flotea, which is bubble tea layered with ice cream and then with ice cream on top. So, is
that what I got?
No, that's what I got.
Okay, go on.
So, they, again, have signature ones that exist. You can get, different types. It comes with the tea and the bobas at the bottom, and then the ice cream layered and on top, and then it usually has like a little cookie or graham cracker or something stuck in the ice cream on the top of it for aesthetics, and also because yum. So they have different signature ones, and I bet you can't guess what I'm gonna say.
What are you gonna say?
Come on now. They have signature ones and
I don't know. Go ahead.
You can also build your own. I've said it 3 times for the other stuff.
Oh. Okay. I was thinking really hard about my experiences with this place and I zoned out for a minute.
Okay.
Sue me.
I will. You'll be hearing from my attorney.
Don't we have we're married though.
Shh.
All right, go ahead.
All right. They also have, if you're here just for the bubble tea and you don't want ice cream, which I don't understand that, but that's your business, you can, of course, just order bubble tea flavors. They have about 6 different flavors of bubble tea and then 6 different slushy flavors.
And from what I could see, they had, the good ones. Yes, I have become a very big fan of bubble tea recently, and bobas in general.
It's true.
Yes, after coming home from this place, we Was it when we were coming home from this place that we had a discussion and then we ordered bobas?
No, it was somewhere else because we took different cars to this place.
Oh, right. Maybe it was when we were coming back from the place that we went to Mini Melts.
Maybe.
Either way, I'm very much so obsessed with bobas these days to the point where I have ordered my own and have been making them for myself for my own tea.
True. And then, of course, again, if you just want ice cream, you just want a specific ice cream flavor, they do have ice cream, but they only have soft serve flavors, and they have kind of unique flavor profiles here at this particular location.
I'd say.
And, at Surreal in general. So, the ice cream flavors that they carry include Earl Grey tea ice cream, Vietnamese coffee ice cream, Monster cookie, chocolate, strawberry, mint, matcha, and taro. And then they have a couple of different of those that are swirled together. So they have the Earl Grey tea and Vietnamese coffee is a swirl. They have matcha and taro as a swirl.
That makes so much sense.
So
before this, I didn't even know taro ice cream was even a thing.
Right?
But I was so happy to find out that it was.
I'm very excited about the taro. And then, of course, you can get any of that made into a milkshake, which Paul can explain what a milkshake is.
Are you sure, honey? Are you positive? Are you really positive that I can explain what a milkshake is?
I don't know, man. Do you? Can you?
I think it might be ice cream in milk. Maybe.
You shake it.
Yeah, maybe.
All right. But yes, you can also get milkshakes on the menu. So, yeah, there's to go over again, it's the cake and ice cream jars. You can get a cup of ice cream. They do have cones as well.
We didn't get
one,
cones.
But they exist.
I would have been a huge mess if I got mine in a cone. Can you imagine?
No, I can't. It was a mess in the cup. But anywho.
That would have been disgusting.
And then, you can get bubble tea, ice cream, slushies, various toppings, etc. And,
if we ever go back there, though, I need to try the cone.
See, I want to try one of these cake jars. I feel like that's so interesting.
I need to send you to work with a
cooler bag?
With a cooler bag.
Yeah. And
you need to bring it home.
That's an idea. Well, because this place, so I'd actually been here once before, and I'll tell you that story as we move into the
what we ordered
phase of this. So, this ice cream shop is about 10 minutes away from my job, next town over, and my one friend and coworker who lives in the area, suggested one day that we go after work to get ice cream. Because, why not? Right?
Right.
So I was like, okay, we'll give it a try. So we go, and once again, I'm overwhelmed with choice paralysis, don't know what to get. And I was nervous about the bubble tea and ice cream thing at the time. I didn't know if it would be good together, so I just got the Earl Grey and Vietnamese coffee swirl.
Yeah, spoiler alert, bobas are really good in ice cream.
How could you tell them that?
No,
that was a big reveal.
No, they'll find out themselves. All right, go ahead.
So I got the Earl Grey coffee and Earl Grey tea, Vietnamese coffee swirl in a cup. And it was just so good. I have to tell you, the soft serve quality at this place, it's just really good soft serve. It's excellent. And these are some flavors that I wouldn't normally see. Coffee ice cream is coffee ice cream, but soft serve coffee ice cream, never really seen it before. And then Earl Grey ice cream, I was like, sign me up, this sounds interesting. So it was really tasty. I liked it a lot. I had a nice time with my coworkers when we went, to the point that I made sure to add this to our list when we started the podcast, because I was like, we need to go. I need to make sure Paul tries this place, because it's really, really cool.
Mm-hmm. And it was.
It was. So then, fast forward to present time, where we go...
Well, that's sort of, like, yeah, more present than last time.
Yes. To the present year.
Yes.
And we end up going, but because it's close to my job, I went right from work, and Paul met myself and the coworker who, like, told me about this place, there, and we got to hang out and eat ice cream, and it was really a lot of fun. So,
Parking shenanigans
aside,
yes,
which honestly that's my fault. I should have warned you that there was no parking near the place, that it was like a Red Bank situation where you gotta park and walk.
Yeah.
That's my bad.
And you should have told me to also look up the choices beforehand.
That you should always do.
I never do that. I like being surprised.
That's crazy to me. Before we go to any of the places we go to, I scour the menu.
I never scour the menu.
Like, constantly. But
I like to go for whatever, like, hooks my interests.
Well, either way. So I meet my friend Annie. She was there because she lives real close. She actually said she walked.
Well, good for her.
To the shop. So we're hanging out. We're trying to figure out what we're going to get. I kind of had an idea that I wanted to get the floaty the next time. But I had a parking, not really a mishap. I had like the opposite that you had.
You had a good parking experience?
Yeah.
Well, aren't you lucky?
I went and parked because I knew, like, I was like, okay, I'll have to walk around the corner, whatever. So I park, I pay, and I just, like, out of habit, I always pay for, like, the max amount if it's cheap. You know
I don't.
I mean?
I park for the minimum, and that's where I messed up.
That's where you messed up. I put in $2, and it gave me until, like, 6 p.m. Now, mind you, we got there at, like, 2 o'clock. There was no way it was going to take us 4 hours to eat ice cream.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, yeah, I'll cover my bases if we want to go somewhere else after, or if we want to walk around. Like, we'll have time.
I personally didn't think that we were going to be eating ice cream for longer than an hour, but then I forgot the fact that you wanted to hang out with your friend.
Mm-hmm.
I should have at least done the 2 hours.
Probably. But anywho, at one point in the afternoon, Paul ended up leaving early because his parking time was out of time.
Yeah, I had 5 minutes left, and I had to jet out the door.
Did I tell you we saw you drive by?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we were in the restaurant, and I was facing the window to, like, watch for you.
Uh-huh.
To see if you would, you were gonna walk by. But I saw you drive past first, like, real slow, like, looking, and then, like, I saw it register on your face that there was no parking. And you were just kind of like, and drove away. And I was like, oh, well, he's here, so that's good.
Yeah, I was last to arrive and first to leave.
Yep.
And I'm usually not that guy.
Nope, that was very unlike you. But either way, parking shenanigans aside, we all ended up in the ice cream shop, and we ended up hanging out, and we got to eat some really cool ice cream. So, this time, I went with the Earl Grey floaty, because I was really, like, excited about the Earl Grey ice cream. I have no desire to try any other flavor at this place, to be honest.
That good? Yeah, it was that good.
I loved the Earl Grey. I think about it sometimes, just like, randomly.
I think about my choice still. So yeah, I think this place is really special.
It's very special. So I was like, let me try it with the bubble tea this time. So it's Earl Grey bubble tea, and then the Earl Grey ice cream layered on it, and then they stick a nice like biscotti cookie in the ice cream on top, so you get like that crunchy cookie flavor too. You can dip in the ice cream, and you can have with the thing, and there's the bobas at the bottom, and it's just like, it was a magical experience, to be honest.
Yeah.
And we'll get to the pricing later, because this place is not cheap. However,
no, I would spend the money again in a heartbeat if I went back.
And you should, that's saying something, because Paul doesn't like to spend money.
I'm cheap as hell.
But also, they're not stingy with what they give you. Like, the cup is its own size, but then they swirl it really high above the cup for like the aesthetics. So there's a lot of ice cream.
I think that's part of the
involved.
reason why it got so messy.
Probably. But yeah, mine was really good. 10 out of 10. Would order again. Next time, I want to get it, but I also want to add Teddy Grahams as a topping.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think Teddy Grahams would go well with tea?
I do. They're graham crackers.
I don't know. I just don't feel like Teddy Grahams have any place in ice cream as a topping.
How dare you?
I dare.
Well, why is it on the menu then?
I don't know.
Exactly.
For heathens?
Okay, heathen. You
Chill. Maybe a child comes in there, might be like, "Mommy, I want the Teddy Grahams. I want the Teddy Grahams on the ice cream."
I want the Teddy Grahams.
And then they'll be like, "Little Susie, you have no taste. We are at a fine ice cream establishment. We need to eat fine ice cream." And she's like, "Mommy, I want the Teddy Grahams." All right, fine, kid. You can have the Teddy Grahams, but it's going to be on you. Yes.
Do you not like Teddy Grahams?
No, I don't like Teddy Grahams.
All right, well that explains a lot. That with this tirade.
And neither should Little Susie.
Who is that?
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Why don't you talk about your order?
Okay. So I went because I'm a big fan of tea and Japanese like cuisine in general. So I went with the swirl of the matcha and taro with bobas. And this took me a while to figure out because, as I said before, this menu is not easy to read and it's very overwhelming and I didn't understand. So, yeah. Oh boy, was that good.
Yeah, so for the record, he didn't get any boba tea, but he got the bobas in his ice cream.
Yes, just by itself in the ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know what the floatie was, but I think I made the right choice because this was the best matcha ice cream I've ever had in my life. And I didn't even know taro ice cream was a thing, and I really liked it too. And I really, like, matcha ice cream's great. Like, in general, I love the taste of matcha. I just got myself some matcha tea. I need to figure out how to turn that into ice cream. But anyway, the taro was really interesting. Like, it was very, what was the way of describing it?
It
the
had
texture.
A weird texture.
But I liked it.
I didn't care for the texture. Flavor-wise, it was good, but it was, like, grainy.
Yeah, it was grainy.
It had, like, some grit.
Yeah, I had a way of describing it. Like, let me see if I wrote it down in my little doc here. The texture of the taro was really good. Its consistency was rough and reminded me of the textures of cookies and cream.
Oh.
Would you agree with that? Does that bring back any, like, memories of going to this place?
I guess. I wouldn't say cookies and cream, though. To me, it was like, now, this is not going to sound good, because I didn't like the texture, but to me, it was like if you're eating something on the beach and you get sand in your sandwich.
Yeah. Extra sandy sandwiches.
That's how it seemed to me. But if you enjoyed it, that's the important thing.
Yes, I think that the texture of the taro was also, like, it went pretty well with the matcha, which is probably why there was a swirl option. Yes. And I liked, it was just so pretty that I wanted to, like, it was pretty, but I also wanted to taste each separately, so did you see how I was eating it out in grooves while it was going down?
I didn't.
It looked like Mount Crumpet from, the green guy, the mean green guy on in the holiday story. Oh, the Grinch. There we go.
I was waiting for you to get there. The mean green guy in the holiday story.
Yeah, who dealt with, like, heart problems.
Yeah, that's about right.
Right. Like 3 sizes too big, bro. He's definitely not going to last long. But at least he'll die happy. Anyway, so yeah. That, along with the bobas, oh my god, I never thought that bobas would be so good in ice cream, but it was like one of the best ice creams I've ever had in my life. And it, like, put that meme into my head that all ice cream should have bobas. So again, now I'm starting to eat all my ice cream that we get here with the bobas that I make for my tea. Because I'm just so in love with the texture of bobas. Although you're not, right?
Which is so fascinating because, like, honestly, and I like bubble tea. I like a few bobas here and there, but I could do without it. I really could. Like
Because you got no taste.
They seem to always put too many for me.
You can't put enough.
Okay, he's lost me. I don't love the texture of the bobas. I'll have them because they're there. But I
give them to me a lot of the time.
Usually, yeah, like if I get to the bottom of my drink and I've had enough drink, I'm about to like throw it away and he's like, "What are you doing with that?" I'm like, "I'm done." He's like, No. Those are mine now." I'm like, "Okay."
Although it almost killed me that one time that we went to the place to get mini melts. Yeah, I was like strung out on so much sugar.
Oh, because, well, what happened was you did yours on purpose. I accidentally ordered double boba. Like the amount.
Right, so we had like quadruple the amount of bobas that
we should have.
Yeah, so I ate them all because I refused to throw them out. And I was speeding around the shopping center while she was trying to, like, buy things.
Yeah, I was literally shopping for shoes, and he's just sprinting around the Nike outlet, like like back and forth.
Because I literally couldn't stop, or I felt like my heart was going to explode.
It was a little scary.
But like an hour later, and my heart finally went back to normal.
Yes.
Got all my steps.
I bet you did.
Yeah.
I bet you did. Okay. But this time, as per usual, we have a bonus flavor to talk about, which was very exciting. My friend Annie, who lives in the area and has like been to Surreal before, she got the chocolate and monster cookie swirl ice cream.
I remember that looking pretty interesting.
It's so pretty. It's like, so Monster Cookie is just Cookie Monster.
Monster Cookie is just Cookie Monster?
But like swapped. Because it's like a blue ice cream that tastes like cookies.
I couldn't remember if it was blue or green.
It's blue. It's identical. It's the Cookie Monster color.
Okay.
So, I'm just assuming they're trying not to get sued.
Right.
But, so it's Monster Cookie, which is a blue cookie flavored ice cream, and their chocolate soft serve, and they're swirled together. And it had like a dusting of, I want to say, chocolate dust? I don't know.
I remember that,
It had some kind of dust chocolate topping thing on it. It was very pretty.
It's very you.
It is very me. I'm surprised. It's definitely...
It's what you would go for if you didn't get, like, sucked into the Earl Grey.
Yeah. We have similar ice cream opinions, me and Annie.
It seems that way.
She texts me every week when she listens to the podcast and is like, "I would love to get what you ordered," most of the time. But then other times she'll text me things like, "Paul didn't know what a milkshake was," and then it'll be...
Stop it!
I can't... I have to. I have to always bring that up as much as I possibly can.
I hate you.
I know. Anyway, so we tried that as well because we got to try like a little bonus flavor, and that was tasty. I would get that if I wasn't getting the Earl Grey. That's not really your speed.
No, I don't. I would definitely have the Earl Grey again, but I'm not a chocolate person. No. At least not with my ice cream. I like chocolate in my candy more than I like in my ice cream.
True.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was tasty. It was good. And then it's pretty also aesthetically. The Monster Cookie is like this vibrant blue, but we know we've learned our lesson with blue ice cream, I think, in the past.
And the blue SIBO effect.
Don't bring that back, please.
All right, fine.
It's back, no. But yeah, I mean, everything was really good, and we had a lovely time, and I have to say, it was weirdly quiet at this particular ice cream shop.
Well, it wasn't quiet when we first walked in. There was like two bigger groups, but they both didn't hang around after they got their ice cream.
They didn't even get ice cream. They just got the bubble tea and left.
Freaks. You don't walk into a bubble tea / ice cream place and just walk out with bubble tea.
I know, it's
You
weird.
walk out with bubble tea / ice cream.
That's what I would do.
Yes.
That is what I did, actually.
That is what we did, yes, indeed.
So...
But yeah, I would have expected more people to be there, especially with the time. It was like around 4 o'clock, which means that all the kids should be out of school and pestering their parents. "Mommy, I want ice cream. Bring me ice cream." Yeah, just like that. So I don't know. It was What day was it?
It was a Friday. You know why? I know why. It was a Friday. It was during the teacher convention in New Jersey.
Oh.
It was that day where I had a half day and you had off.
Yes.
So all the kids had off. All the public school kids had off.
So they had ice cream earlier.
They got their ice cream earlier in the day. They didn't have to wait till after school.
The parents didn't want to deal with them, like, being all hopped up in the middle of the afternoon and not being able to sleep, so they gave it to them for breakfast. Yes. That's what I do as a parent.
That's the strategy, honestly, right there.
Yes. Yes.
I still think that if I ever order the, like, coffee sundae from Ralph's again, I have to eat it in the morning.
Yes.
That thing was dangerous.
Yes.
But, anywho. This stuff was really good.
Yes. Okay, I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Go ahead.
We loved it. I think it's safe to say we are excited to go back.
Yes, I just wish it was closer.
Yeah, it's closer to... I could go after work.
Yeah, and you bring me back something. You just have to bring an ice cooler.
Yeah, I'll have to figure something out.
Yeah, we really need to figure out how to transport ice cream.
If we could make so much money. If we did this the right way. And patented a good idea.
We could. I bet we could, but... Anyway, yeah, we need to make an ice cream chest that, like, holds ice cream cones. Has built-in, like cone holders. Yes, that'll be our big break.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright. I only have one criticism.
The cost?
Yeah.
But it's also, like, I would pay that amount again in a heartbeat. It's the problem. So it's like, it sucks. It's a lot of money. For the two of us, it came out to $23.79, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's $12 for one ice cream.
Yeah.
But also, like, I would pay that amount in a heartbeat, assuming I don't, like, live nearby and I want to go all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like a once in a very blue moon sort of thing, then yeah, I could see buying it. But definitely, if it was closer, I would not be wanting to go there very often.
Mm-hmm. Just because it's a little painful on the wallet.
Yeah, it was screaming a little bit, but I told it to shut up so I can enjoy eating my ice cream.
Exactly. But it was, again, yes, it was expensive, but like the quality
was like astronomically high.
Definitely, yeah. It's definitely even with the price, I would say. So, I don't know. I'm thinking this might be difficult to place.
Really?
On the list.
Alright. Here, I'll get it.
Okay.
So, let's see. Home. Go ahead, honey. Talk about something. Talk about your day. How's your day going?
I'm tired. We've been podcasting a lot.
Yes.
It's fun though. We get to talk about ice cream.
We're gonna have to pull up the same one that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. So it was the one towards the bottom. It was this one?
No.
Okay.
Okay. So, in descending order, to remind you of our current placements on our tier list, we have, in the S tier, Allstead Farms, Frozen Flavors, Brian's Homemade Ice Cream, Friendly's, Strollo's Lighthouse, and The Baked Bear. In the A tier, we have Gabriel's Fountain, Nicholas Creamery, Carvel, Sunday Afternoon, Ralph's Famous Italian Ices, and Frozen Yo Cafe. In the B tier, we have Rita's, Baskin Robbins, and Cold Stone. C tier is still all alone and sad and empty. And D tier has Dairy Queen, Magnificos, and Mini Melts.
Yes. Now, it's just a matter of figuring out where we're going to put this one. It has to be above A.
You think?
I think it has to be an S somewhere, but it's just a matter of where. Like, what were you thinking?
I don't know.
Because I loved that ice cream. That was, like, some of the best ice cream I've ever had in my life. I would, if you gave me a coupon to walk to any ice cream place, anywhere, and it would just pay for an ice cream, and location wasn't an issue, I would probably choose that place. I loved that ice cream. It awakened something in me with the bobas in the ice cream.
Interesting. Well, I really enjoyed it. I would love to go again. I don't know. Well, let's see. The question is it better? Like, if you really think it needs to be on S tier, let's take this step by step. Was it better than the Baked Bear?
Yes. To me.
Huh.
I feel like we have a very different opinion of this place. At least I'm starting to believe that.
No, I really liked it. I think it's good. I'm trying to figure out the best.
I think it's better than Strollo's, and I think it's better than Friendly's.
Okay.
But
I could agree with that, but I'm questioning now.
The other ones?
Was it better than Ryan's?
Ryan's is so cheap, comparatively speaking.
Yeah, the price is the crazy
and
part.
The flavor of Ryan's ice cream is really good. I feel like it was just that matcha taro swirl that's like what's really getting me. That like it was so good, and the bobas, but Ryan's is also like half the price, and also Ryan's is really good.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I it's really hard for me to like choose, but I feel like I'd put it over Friendly's and behind Ryan's. Because of the price.
I can live with that. I agree.
You agree?
Yes. That hurt.
Yeah, don't do that. So we'd have to... So another ice cream on the S tier.
Yep.
I'm glad that most places we go to are so good that we have to, like, constantly be putting them on the S tier.
Yeah.
It'd be sad if we were just dealing with a whole bunch of D's and C's.
It's true. It's true. It is exciting that our levels are pretty much top heavy.
Yeah, better than D heavy.
Exactly.
So that's where we're going to agree to put it then. Fourth on the S tier, between after Ryan's homemade ice cream and before Friendly's.
Sounds good to me.
If we are talking about flavors, I would probably choose this over any of the other ones, but the price is the problem.
Mm-hmm. It's hard to be like, come on everyone, let's go to Surreal Creamery, and then we all get there and the prices are astronomical, and then all your friends hate you because you made them spend their money.
Yeah, like when we went to that sushi place.
In Red Bank?
That was the equivalent of the sushi place in Red Bank.
It wasn't that expensive.
Yeah.
Surreal's not as bad as the sushi. No. Okay, that's
it's definitely not. It's definitely not.
We hurt ourselves financially going to the sushi place.
We set ourselves back so far.
All right, but anywho, that ow! Why
Stop doing that?
It hurts me. It doesn't like me. Anywho. Thank you, as always, for listening to this episode of Scoop Podcast. I'll try not to hurt myself anymore during this episode. Be sure to follow, like, and subscribe on all the social medias so you always know where to go for your Frozen favorites. And be sure to tune in next week for a review of a small Connecticut chain that has taken a new spin on the waffle cone.
Yeah. All right. We will see you then. Bye.
Bye.